About his vision for economic growth, calling it Bidenomics. Joining us to talk about the president's visit, Lieutenant Governor Juliana Stratton. Lieutenant Governor, thank you for joining us on the stream this morning.
Good morning. I'm glad to be here.
We appreciate having you. First, what are some of the big points the president is looking to drive home today?
Well, first of all, we're really excited that President Biden is here in Chicago and in the state of Illinois to talk about his plan to continue growing the American economy and making sure that we create good jobs, not with the failed policies of the past of trickle-down economics, but rather by really focusing on what we call Bidenomics. And that is really focusing on growing the economy from the bottom up and from the middle out, making sure that no one is left out or left behind in this economy, and ensuring that everyone has what they need. And this really is an economy that works for all. That's good for all of the people of America, but it's certainly good for the people of Illinois as well.
The economy, of course, across the board a worry. Interest rates, inflation, that's trouble if you're buying a home or buying milk and bread. The state in need of funds is bringing back its 1% grocery tax that it halted. The president focusing on growing, as you said, the middle class, bottom up, empowering American workers. That will certainly resonate here. How does the president actually plan, though, to empower Americans that are also dealing with these economic hardships?
Well, I think it's by what he's already been doing and building on that progress. When we think about the jobs that have been created, the investments in infrastructure, which not only repairs our roads and bridges, railways and waterways, but it also makes sure that we have good paying jobs. So many of the jobs that don't require a four-year degree, investing in manufacturing and growing those jobs, really in sectors all across our nation, we are seeing job growth. And quite frankly, inflation is going down. We've seen it at sort of historic lows. Unemployment that has been at the under 4% for the longest period of time in over 50 years. We are really seeing our economy continue to grow. It is stronger and the strongest of any of the leading economies in the world right now. And this is a testament to Bidenomics and the economic policies of President Biden and Vice President Harris.
And duly noted, some of, indeed, the lowest unemployment numbers we have seen for such a long stretch of time in so many areas across the United States. Let's get back here to Illinois. The budget. There was some criticism of the governor and the decision that migrants ages 40-something to 60-something would not be eligible to enroll for health benefits. That was in the budget. It was passed by a coalition in the state, including the Latino caucus. That said, some of the Illinois congressional delegation came out swinging against the move to pause those benefits, including Chuy Garcia. Congresswoman Delia Ramirez spoke against the move right here on the stream with us. That you are the lieutenant governor, obviously a lieutenant for Governor J.B. Pritzker, and he said this is a sanctuary for those asylum seekers. Does that move to pause benefits for migrants in that age group, doesn't that go against that philosophy?
Well, one of the first things I want to do is make sure that viewers understand that there is a difference between asylum seekers, as we are talking about those that we are seeing some states bus asylum seekers who are here legally in the United States to the city of Chicago and other urban areas across our country. That is very different than what we are talking about in terms of health care in the state of Illinois. But the governor and the General Assembly have allocated $500 million for the next year. Thousands of people are getting health care, and our administration will continue working with legislators to determine the next steps. But this is certainly something that the Department of Health Care and Family Services can give some additional information on, but that's what's been budgeted for this next fiscal year.
Yeah, and it is always critical as we get into the weeds. There is a lot more to be explained as we kind of tend to paint things with broad brushes. So that's duly noted as well. It is early on, Lieutenant Governor. President Biden, he's a presumptive front runner for re-election. He's been bruised up in recent headlines. His son's tax troubles, gun troubles. Obviously, the man leading the Republican side is bruised up too, former President Trump, with federal and state indictments against himself. That says, as of this date, a long way to go. The president here in Chicago Are you stumping for him? Are you all in on Team Biden?
Look, we are ecstatic that, again, President Biden will be here in Chicago today to talk about his economic policies. Joe Biden is our Democratic nominee for president, and I'm proud to support his campaign. The stakes could not be higher right now, and we are going to hear all that he intends to continue doing for the people of America, and make sure that here in Illinois that we support his efforts to make sure that President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris continue to lead our country and keep us moving in the right direction. The progress has been incredible, and we want to see it continue.
Lieutenant Governor Juliana Stratton, a lawyer, a former state rep, a lieutenant governor, and a mother of 4 with 1 still at home, and bringing the president to town today. So you've got a full plate. We appreciate you making a little bit of room on that plate for us. Thank you for your service and joining the stream. Come back again soon.